Let's go! Come on inside. Here to the Drubner Center, friends. We welcome you on the campus here at Post University in Waterbury, Connecticut for some huge North Division CACC matchups here today. Post Hoops is back in action. First, it's going to be the women's as they come into this one as the number 1 seed in the North Division at 10-3 in conference, 15-8 overall. And hello, friends, we welcome you inside the broadcast booth. Griffin Cass on hand. Today's opponent is Felician University, hailing from Rutherford, New Jersey. The Golden Falcons coming into this one at 10-13 overall, but they are 10-4 in conference, and they are right behind the Eagles in the North Division. They are a half game back of the Eagles in the North Division standings with only 2 games left to play for these Eagles. They have Felician here today, and then they will close out the season. Pardon me. They have 2 games remaining after this one. Felician today at Caldwell on Wednesday, and then they'll wrap up the season right here at the Drubner Center on Saturday against University of Bridgeport. So here we go. We are ready to rock and roll here at the Drubner Center. Taking a look at the starting lineups, we'll start with Felician. They are head coached by Stephen Fagan in his 15th season. Mar Vidal and Val, Adriana Perez, Katie Ritchie, and Aisha Trayor. That will round out the 5 for the Golden Falcons, and a peculiar starting lineup here today for the Eagles. Dee Dee Stevenson, Ty Shanae Simmons, Trinity Bravo, Taina Pagan, and making her first start of the season, Jaden Burns, wearing number 34 in white. So Maya Klein for the second straight game, who leads the team in points per game at 13.1, will come off the bench here today for Courtney Burns, and her first season has been spectacular for these Eagles. Has a overall record of 15-8. We are ready to rock and roll. Pagan and Trayor will jump it up at half court. The tip is up. It is won by Pagan, and the Eagles will have the game's first offensive possession. Away we go here on this Saturday afternoon. So glad you could tune in here on the CACC network. Trinity Bravo gets up her first shot of the game, and it is off the mark. Trayor, who is second in the conference in rebounds per game at 11.3, collects her first one of the game. And Val, who leads the team in scoring, swings it over to Adriana Perez, goes backdoor to Val, and she banks it in to open up the scoring here for the Golden Falcons. And Val, again, she leads the team in points per game at 14.9, as it is Trinity Bravo swinging it to Jaden Burns. She drives it, and she draws a foul on the floor. Again, Post is 10-3 in conference, the number 1 seed in the North Division. Felician right behind them at 10-4, the number 2 seed in the North Division. This is the second matchup of the season between these two squads. The first one was on January 9th at Felician, where the Golden Falcons won 81-68. Stevenson, first shot of the game, is an air ball from 3. And this is the 44th all-time matchup between the Golden Falcons and the Eagles. Eagles 20-23 all-time versus Felician. Vidal, pass out. Ritchie feeds it. Trayor has her first deuce of the game, and it's a quick 4-0 lead here for the Golden Falcons. Travel called on Simmons. Eagles look a little discombobulated here to start. This could be a preview of the CACC championship. And both of these teams at the top of the conference. In the South Division, you have Chestnut Hill and Holy Family with 10 wins, and then Jefferson is a perfect 13-0 in the conference. This is a very formidable opponent here for Felician. Eagles are coming off of a loss at Goldie Beacom on Saturday the 17th, 79-72. Burns tees up the 3. The weak side offensive rebound belongs to Simmons. Simmons comes to get it. 5th in the CACC and 3-point percentage, and she rifles that one through. Eagles on the board. Simmons knocks down her first 3 of the game. As it's Trayor at the right nail, backdoor, nice setup. And Val has her first deuce of the game, 6-3, Golden Falcons. And Felician just played on the 20th, where they went at Bridgeport and won in a low-scoring affair, 50-43 on the road. Simmons works it over to Stevenson, bounces it to Bravo. Back to Didi, sees a crowd, and it's taken away by Ritchie, and they get Didi for the reach-in foul. 7:37 to play here in the opening frame. It's 6-3 Golden Falcons to start. Again, Griffin Cass on hand. So glad you could be with us here on the CACC Network on this Saturday afternoon. Regular season winding down here. The playoffs are right around the corner. Such a great time of the year. Winding things down here in the regular season. Ritchie takes it inside and takes advantage of Burns right there and lays it in. 8-3 Golden Falcons here. They are off to an auspicious first 3 minutes. Goes over to Simmons. Now Bravo, who's been spectacular for the Eagles this season. Pagan across the lane, kick out. It's worked around. Nice ball movement here by the Eagles. Great defense by the Golden Falcons. Simmons high-low action inside to Pagan. Back to Bravo, and it pinballs out. Nice look there for the Eagles. They were moving it around. Someone has to stop Val. She can't bank it in, but she committed the foul as Jaden Burns sets her feet, and it's going the other way. Eagles ball with 6:50 to play here in the first quarter. So Maya Klein, who leads the team in scoring this season at 13.1 points per game, will check in here, and Naj White will also check in as well. Simmons and Burns will sub out. Klein in the game at Felician had 17 points on January 9th. She has it right here on the wing. Zone defense here from the Golden Falcons. It's sprayed out to Stevenson. Her three is short. Klein fights for the offensive rebound. Thought about the triple. Post entry feed for Pagan, who sees a double. Pass deflected and taken away by the Golden Falcons. Ritchie has it. Val, Traore goes right at Pagan and can't finish the deuce. Pagan with the rebound. Stevenson the push. White, who's been a spark plug off the bench all year for the Eagles. It's worked around to Stevenson. Short corner, Jay. And Stevenson can't find her stroke here to start. We get an offensive foul called on Pagan with 6:05 to play here in the first quarter. Felician 4 for 5 from the floor here to start. The Eagles only 1 for 5 from the field. So works around to Perez, cross-court feed. Nice movement here by Felician. It's an open look for Vidal, and she makes no mistake from the outside, and Courtney Burns wants to call time. Auspicious start here for the Golden Falcons. They lead by 8 with 5:45 to play in the opening frame. You're watching Division II women's basketball, and it is on the CACC Network. Back here at the Drubner Center with 5:45 remaining in the first quarter. Out of the Courtney Burns timeout, it is Bravo, Stevenson, Klein, White, and Pagan, the 5 on the floor here for your Eagles. Perez, Ritchie, Vidal, Val, and Traore, the 5 for the Golden Falcons out of the timeout. Here's White, carves inside, and draws a foul on the floor. Felician has been on target here to start this game. They are 5 for 6 from the floor. As Salah Kaupte will check in here for Pagan. Triggered into Klein, puts it on the deck. Stevenson hesitates, kicks. 10 on the shot clock. Nice zone defense here by the Golden Falcons. Klein goes back door, but she traveled. That was a nice feed there by Bravo. Klein just couldn't corral it. It's going the other way. Felician ball. And this is the second matchup of the season between these two squads. Felician won at home on January 9th, 81-68. And that's a turnover there by the Golden Falcons. Eagles will take over with 5:11 to play here in the first quarter. Eagles have been sensational here at the Drumner Center all season long. 9-1 at home with a 6-7 record on the road. And the Eagles turn it right back over. So Simmons will check back in here for the Eagles. First subs into the game here for Felician. It is Uzor Uchidino and Devaney Jackson. Uchidino wearing number 10, Jackson number 0. A little over 5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. 11-3 lead here for the Golden Falcons. Jackson, foul line J, pure. Checks into the game and immediately makes an impact on the offensive end. Klein fakes it. Gets it back out to Kaupte, who swings it to Stevenson. Simmons has already made one from downtown. This one's too strong. And Uchidino with the rebound. Vidal, she's made one from the outside. This one's off right. And Stevenson corrals a rebound and pushes into the front court. Oh, breaking ankles right there. Back out to Simmons. Can't complete the highlight there. Stevenson rips the jump ball away. But it is possession Felician. As we will see Sarah McSpadden check into the game here for the first time for the Golden Falcons. Vidal will grab a seat. And Felician 6 for 9 from the floor here to start. They have a double-digit lead here early. Eagles only 1 for 9 from the floor. As Jackson almost coughed it up. Val has it. Pass inside. Uchidino couldn't hold on, and that's a turnover there by the Golden Falcons. Their third turnover of the game. 3:45 to play here in this opening frame. White, Stevenson, Simmons, Klein, and Kaupte on the floor here. So dangerous with Klein and Simmons on the floor together. Both in the top 5 in three-point percentage in the CACC. Klein at number 3, Simmons at number 5 in the conference. White, short corner J, too strong. Kaupte right there for the offensive rebound, and it's tipped out of her hands. As Bravo will check back in here for the Eagles. Bravo making her 21st start of the season, averages 24.3 minutes per game. White subs out under the basket out of bounds here for the Eagles. Bravo to trigger. Gets it into Simmons. Klein. Bravo. Nice zone defense here by Felician. It's been working. Have held the Eagles to 3 points. Make it 6 as Trinity Bravo is true from the outside. It's a 3. 13-6 Felician. 7 minutes gone here in the game. Val, baby hook. Can't get the fortuitous roll, and Bravo trying to fight for the rebound there. It goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Eagles. And for the first time, we'll see Lysandra Turner check in here for the Eagles. Stevenson will check out. Turner appearing in her 22nd game of the year. Averages 16.6 minutes per game. The graduate student from New Rochelle, New York. Offensive foul, illegal screen. They get Ritchie as the culprit. And Vidal will check back in here for Ritchie on the Felician side. So it's Jackson, Vidal, McSpadden, Val, and Uchidino, the 5 on the floor here for Stephen Fagan. And Fagan in his 15th year as a head coach here for the Golden Falcons. Kaupte the bounce. Turner sprays it back out. Worked around to Klein. Her first 3 of the game. Pinballs out. And Turner has the offensive rebound, and she is fouled on the floor with 2:29 to play here in the first quarter. Felician has had the lead for the entire first quarter as Erica Egan will get her first minutes of the game here. Subs in. Pagan back in. Kaupte will sub out. Pagan, Turner, Pagan, Turner, Klein, Simmons, and Bravo, the 5 on the floor here for the Eagles. And so the Eagles are in the bonus, so it won't be an under the basket out of bounds. It'll be Turner at the line. Turner is 24 for 34 on the year from the charity stripe. We'll be shooting 2. First one is up and through. Turner connects on both free throws, and it's a 5-point game. Felician has been on target here from the floor. They are 6 for 10 as it's Val swinging it to McSpadden. She puts it on the deck. Doubled. Nice defense there by the Eagles, and they do force a turnover. Bravo has it, and she is running with some numbers. Back up top, Klein drives, scoops, and it is blocked by Uchidino. She put that shot on hold like customer service. Egan, triple. And Klein, the weak side rebound. Under 2 to play here in the first quarter. Klein pushes, stops. Turner swings it. Bravo, give and go. Turner took a victory lap around the rim before dropping out. Pagan, the offensive rebound. Bravo, one more. Klein puts it on the deck. The midi is pure. Klein gets her first bucket of the game. She's now 1 for 3 from the floor. Vidal goes backdoor. Egan sprays it out. McSpadden a triple. Nylon from 3. (16-10) Felician. 7 for 12 from the floor for the Golden Falcons, and we get a foul on the floor. And the Eagles in the bonus. It'll be Simmons shooting at the line. She's 18 for 26 from the free throw line on the year. Burns back in for Klein. Perez and Traore back in here for the Golden Falcons. McSpadden and Uchidino will sub out. 1:08 to play here in the first quarter. Simmons at the line. Eagles have only shot 3 for 15 from the floor, yet they're only down by 5. Both teams have made 2 triples each. Klein with 1, Simmons with 1 on the Eagles side. They are 2 for 8 from downtown. Felician 2 for 5. As Simmons makes no mistake on the free throws. It's a 4-point game, 16-12. The number 1 and number 2 seed here in the North Division dueling it out on this Saturday afternoon at the Drubner Center. Griffin Castle on hand. So glad you could be with us here on the CACC Network. 56.7 remaining in this first quarter. Will be a side out for the Golden Falcons on the right sideline. Egan to trigger. Gets it into Traore. Vidal got the step, takes it inside, and is smothered and clobbered by the Eagles. She draws the foul with 49.4 remaining in the first quarter. Kaupte back in. Pagan will sub out. And if they get the foul on Pagan, that will be her first or her second personal foul, I believe. Vidal pure from the free throw line on the first of 2. She's 45 for 63 from the foul line on the year. Nails both. Back to a 6-point Felician lead. Stevenson back in for Turner. Yeah, so Pagan with 2 personal fouls in this opening quarter, and Kaupte is back in her spot. So it is Stevenson, Bravo, Simmons, Burns, and Kaupte, the 5 on the floor here for your Eagles. Burns swings it. Stevenson back to Burns. Nice give and go there by Stevenson and Burns. And Burns has her first basket of the game. 4-second difference, shot clock to game clock. Shot clock at 22. Val takes it inside, kick out. Egan cars inside, scoops, and draws the blocking foul right there on Burns. So Egan will shoot 2 at the line. 11 for 14 from the line on the year, make her 12 for 15 as she buries the first of 2. String music for Erica Egan on both free throws. Shot clock is dark. Eagles can take the final shot of the quarter, trailing by 6. Looks like a 2-3 defense here that Felician is in. 4, 3, Stevenson, the swing pass, Bravo's open. Front iron on the 3, and that takes us to the end of the first quarter. Eagles shot 4 for 17 from the floor, yet they're only down by 6. We'll be back here for the second quarter on the CACC Network. Don't go anywhere. Felician shot 58% from the floor in that first quarter. Eagles only shot 24% from the floor in that first quarter, yet they're only down by 6, as it is Stevenson, Burns, Bravo, Kaupte, and Simmons, the 5 on the floor here for the Eagles to begin this second quarter of action. Nice movement there from the Eagles, and we get a kickball on the Golden Falcons. Perez, Egan, Vidal, Traore, and Val. 5 on the floor here for the Golden Falcons to begin this second quarter. It's thrown into Simmons. Bravo. The cutter's Kaupte, and she's fouled as she gets mauled right there. High-low. Burns sees a crowd and turns it over. Was looking for Kaupte there on the baseline cut. So here's Felician's first offensive possession of the second quarter. Val takes it in, feeds it. Traore couldn't hold on to the pass. Goes over to Perez. She fakes on the 3. 1-2 Euro step. She traveled. Made the basket, but gets called for the whistle as White checks in here for Burns on the Eagles side. And the Eagles, the number 1 seed in the North Division. The Golden Falcons, the number 2 seed in the North Division. 3 losses in conference for the Eagles, 4 losses in conference for the Golden Falcons. Felician is 10-13 overall. All 10 of those wins coming against CACC opponents. Kaupte, the bounce, and White. Smothered inside. Bravo, midi. Offensive rebound by White's fresh 20 here for the Eagles with 8:45 to play in the first half. Simmons sees a crowd, needs a friend. Bravo has it stripped away. Perez throws it out to Egan ahead of the field for some room service. No, she smoked it. And the rebound tracked down by Bravo. Drives, kicks, Simmons, no hesitation, short on the triple. And Kaupte called for the foul on the floor. Uchidino and Jackson will check in here for the Golden Falcons. And for the first time, we'll see Raquel Washington check in for the Eagles. Washington subs out Kaupte. No points here thus far in this second quarter. Perez, Uchidino, back to Perez. Val at the free throw line, puts it on the deck and kisses it off the window. And Val, who leads the team in points per game at 14.9 with the deuce, and Simmons is swatted out of bounds. Val is now leading the way for Felician in the scoring column with 6. Bravo triggers. White off the inbound, off the heel, got her miss. Washington, Stevenson, Simmons. Bravo, triple, short. White with the offensive rebound, has it stripped away by Jackson. And she finds Val, who's running the floor. The trailer is Uchidino, and she traveled. 7:34 to play here in the second quarter, as Klein will sub back in here for the Eagles. Shooter for shooter as Simmons subs out. Bravo throws it into Klein and gets it right back. She drives to Washington, deflected out of bounds there by the Golden Falcons. Eagles have shot it so poorly from the floor. 4 for 23. As Washington gets inside. Raquel Washington gets the deuce. Doesn't play a whole lot, averages 11.2 minutes per game and 2.2 points. Big bucket there for the Eagles to get some momentum back. It's Val inside, left the J short, and White with another rebound. White has been doing work on the glass. It's out to Klein. Quick trigger on the three. Book it. Maya Klein knocks it down, and Stephen Fagan wants the call for time. Eagles within 3 with nearly 3 minutes gone here in the second quarter. You are watching Division II women's basketball, and it's on the CACC network. Eagles have only shot from the field for 24%, yet they're only down by 3. As we welcome you back out of the Felician timeout, Klein, Stevenson, Bravo, Washington, and White, the 5 on the floor here for the Eagles out of the timeouts. Naj White, she's been doing work on the glass. She's got 4 rebounds, 3 of those offensive. Backdoor. But hold on, and White's doing everything on the floor. She comes up with a steal and pushes it into the front court. Feeds it to Klein. A little late there on the pass. Klein wanted it earlier. And now it goes to White in the corner, and she could not corral the ball there. Turnover by the Eagles as Simmons will check in here for Bravo. So you got Simmons and Klein on the floor here together. McSpadden. Vidal. Dangerous pass, gets the foul, and she banks it in. What a dime there by Vidal. A tasty dish. And Val now with 8 points, leading the way for the Golden Falcons. Stevenson kicks it. Klein, Simmons, open for 3. Back to Klein. The quick trigger, fresh snow. Maya Klein, her 3rd made 3-pointer of the game, and the Eagles within 2. Under 6 to play here in this second quarter. It's into Traore. She couldn't finish. Nice verticality there by Washington. Nearly has it taken away, and they say last touch by Traore. Eagles will take over. They can tie or take the lead right here on this possession. They have not led here today in this first half. Stevenson. Klein's been hot, feeds it to Simmons. Stevenson, the bounce, Washington, the J. Got the fortuitous bounce, and we are tied at 24. Eagles only 8 for 27 from the floor, yet we are tied. Val goes behind the back, the scoop shot high off the window, too strong. Stevenson the rebound. The Eagles can take their first lead of the game, and Stevenson is whacked, moving it into the front court. With 5:11 to play here in the second quarter. Turner will check back in here for the Eagles. Ritchie will check back in for the Golden Falcons. Stevenson checks out on the Eagles side, and Val will get a breather on the Golden Falcons side. Side out here for the Eagles. Simmons and Klein on the floor together. So let's see if they can pick apart this zone defense here by Felician. It's a 2-3. Klein knocks it down, her 4th-3 of the first half, and the Eagles take their first lead of the game. Egan, the scoop shot is good as she muscles her way into the lane and finishes the deuce. Simmons, no hesitation, off left on the triple. Turner has a rebound, the bounce for White. Woo, the razzle-dazzle. Eagles doing work on the offensive glass, and they're up by 3. 4:25 remaining here in the first half. Traore has it, goes right at Washington, doubled off the window, no. Ritchie the board, Traore the board, and back up and in. You give them that many offensive rebounds, they're bound to get a basket. 29-28 Eagles. 4:05 remaining here in the first half. Klein the bounce. Washington is doubled. Needs a friend. Turns it over. Vidal ahead of the field. And Felician regains the lead. Defense, offense for the Golden Falcons. Back up by 1. Eagles have improved the field goal shooting. They're now up to 33%. White looks to add to it, and she gets whacked. Free throws for Naj White. Courtney Burns coaching up her players there on the Eagles sideline. White can't connect on the first of 2. White comes into this one shooting 38 for 60 from the foul line on the year. 3:33 to play here in this first half. Again, the men's coming up next. That game is scheduled to tip off at 3 p.m. That will be a huge one for playoff positioning. So White, an empty trip there. It's McSpadden at the top of the key. Traore looking to go to work. Back out to Vidal. Her 3. Off the mark. Nice box out there by Bravo, clearing Traore out of the way. And Klein on the other end. Klein has 4 made 3-pointers in this first half. It's thrown inside to White, and she is fouled on the pass. They get Vidal as the culprit. Val back in. Egan out. Perez back in. Vidal out, but we'll get a timeout here called by Courtney Burns on the floor with 3:05 to play here in the first half. It's the Golden Falcons 30, the Eagles 29 here on the CACC network. Back out of the Courtney Burns timeout, under the basket out of bounds here for the Eagles. It is Turner, Bravo, Simmons, White, and Klein. 5 on the floor here for Post. Val, Perez, McSpadden, Traore, and Richie. 5 on the floor for Felician. White, another offensive rebound, and she puts it back up and in. Naj White has been doing work on the offensive glass. That is her 4th offensive rebound. And she's got 4 points now as we get a jump ball. It'll be possession. Felician, Naj White, what a spark plug she has been off the bench here today. As Vidal and Uchidino back in here for the Golden Falcons with 2:50 to play in this first half. Val puts it on the deck. Vidal takes Klein off the dribble. Uchidino across the lane, tries to thread the needle, and it goes out of bounds. Turnover there by Felician. That is their 9th turnover here in the first half as Burns will check in for White. 2:36 to play here in the second quarter. The Eagles up by 1. They have only had the lead for 8% of the game. Eagles trying to pick apart this zone defense here by Felician. Bravo takes it strong on that baseline. Back out Klein. She's made 4. Make it 5. Kaboom. It's a 3. Maya Klein has had the hot hand here in this first half. Uchidino answers with the mid-range. As Klein is 3rd in the conference in three-point percentage at 41%. Worked her out to Simmons. She's 5th in the conference in three-point percentage. Burns will try it. Bravo right there for the offensive rebound. Back out Klein. Goes out of bounds. They say last touch by the Eagles. Eagles have had 12 offensive rebounds in this first half to Felician's 4. 1:45 remaining in this first half. A 2-point advantage for your Eagles in a 1 versus 2 matchup here in the North Division. 2 games remain after this one for the Eagles. They will play at Caldwell on Wednesday and then host Bridgeport on Saturday. A week from today, Val gets inside and connects. Val now into double figures. Give her 10. Klein closed out strong there. Thought about the triple. Bravo, high-low, White, midi, pure. Naj White has been doing it all here in this first half. She's got 6 points, 6 points, 5 rebounds. As Richie blows the layup, Bravo the rebound and the push. Burns straight on triple, and Richie the rebound. 35 seconds remaining here in this first half. Richie thought about the tray and barrels right into Burns. They will get Jaden Burns for a blocking foul with 32.7 remaining in this first half. Devaney Jackson will check back in here on the Felician side. Richie will sub out. Under the basket, out of bounds here for Felician. It's into Vidal, has some space, and is short on the 3. Bravo collects the rebound. Shot clock is off. Eagles can take the final shots of the half. Only 35% shooting from the floor, but they are up by 2. Thanks to some gritty play on both sides of the floor. Klein stepped on that sideline. Turnover from the Eagles. That is their 12th turnover here in the first half. Val with 3, with 2, kicks it. And Vidal cannot beat the buzzer. That will do it for the first half. Eagles take a 2-point lead heading into halftime. They only shoot 35% from the floor, but they get 14 second chance points along with 13 offensive rebounds. And we'll head to the halftime break. Again, Eagles up 36-34. You are watching Division II women's basketball on the CACC network. We'll be back after halftime.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive, to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level. life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
In a country where 1 in 5 people are affected by a mental health condition, it's time for all of us to step up and change the conversation.
We all have stress in our lives and manage it in different ways.
Grades,
finances,
practice,
family,
games,
finals,
homework,
playing time,
friends,
midterms,
treatment, studying,
sleep, time for me.
We don't have to find the balance on our own.
It's okay not to be okay.
We're all in this together.
People can and do get better.
Caring about one another can be your competitive advantage.
Communicate.
Be aware.
Show compassion.
Be a champion for each other.
Hope starts with you.
Hope starts with me.
Hope starts with us. We are CACC student athletes and we are breaking the stigma.
All right, halftime is coming to a close, and we are getting set for the start of the second half here between the Golden Falcons and the Eagles. Eagles lead it by 2, 36-34. At the end of the first half, Maya Klein leading the way for the Eagles, the only Eagle in double figures with 14. She's 4 for 7 from downtown, and for Felician, it is Ann Val with 10 points, the only Golden Falcon in double figures. Val had 34 in that game against the Eagles on January 9th at home, so both of the teams' leading scorers on the year, leading each team in scoring here today. As we welcome you back inside to the broadcast booth, Griffin Cass on hand. So glad you could tune in here on this Saturday afternoon, winding things down here in the 23-24 regular season, gearing up for the playoffs. Eagles will wrap up this one here today, then they will travel to Caldwell on Wednesday to face off against the Cougars, and then they will host University of Bridgeport a week from today for the final game of the regular season. Simmons, Stevenson, Bravo, Burns, and Pagan, 5 on the floor here to begin this second half for the Eagles. Traore, Vidal, Ritchie, Perez, and Val, the 5 on the floor here for the Golden Falcons. So the start second half is underway. Eagles only shot 35% from the floor in that first half, yet they lead by 2, and that can be attributed to their 13 offensive rebounds and 14 second chance points. Bravo gets up the first shot of the second half. It's off the heel, and it's going the other way. Felician ball, as they say, that ball hit above the backboard, out of bounds, so Felician will have their first offensive possession here in the second half. Felician shot 14 for 30 from the floor in that first half, and Simmons commits a foul right there on Perez. What's at stake in this game, you might be asking? Post is number 1 in the North Division at 10-3, and right behind them is Felician at 10-4, so some playoff positioning on the line here. Both teams have clinched a spot in the CACC tournament this year. Perez, killer cross, feed inside, gets it back, fires the midi, and fight for the rebound. It's between Pagan and Ritchie. It would be a jump ball. Possession arrow goes to Felician. And Felician 10-13 overall. All 10 of their wins on the year coming against CACC opponents. Thrown into Val. Goes behind the back and has her pocket picked by Bravo, and she'll run with a few numbers, takes it all the way herself, and it rolls off the front iron. Simmons gets whacked going back up for the second chance opportunity. Another offensive rebound by the Eagles. That is their 14th offensive rebound here in the game. They are doing work on the offensive glass. The Eagles have had the lead for only 21.4% of the game. Simmons, a pair, rattles home the first of 2. Simmons now 3 for 5 from the foul line. Make her 4 for 6 as she makes no mistake on both of those. The Eagles have equaled their largest lead. Vidal cuts into it with that smooth-looking mid-range. And she gets her first bucket here in the second half. Perez picks the pocket of Stevenson and smoked the layup on the other end. Pagan the rebound, and Stevenson pushes. Kicks it. Bravo fakes on the jump shot. Steps back, fires, can't bank it in. Rebound tapped out to Simmons. Another offensive rebound by the Eagles. Stevenson, catch, shoot, triple. Felician an opportunity to tie or take the lead. Traore on the left block. Backdoor pass. Val can't finish, but she got fouled. And she'll go to the line here with 8:18 to play in this third quarter. Naj White, who was sensational in that first half, checking back in here for the Eagles. She will sub out Burns. White had 4 offensive rebounds in that first half to go along with 6 points. Val connects on the first of 2. This next one would tie it up at 38. Again, the Eagles looking for revenge. Felician beat the Eagles at home on January 9th as Val misses the free throw, got her miss, and Pagan cleans up the second chance opportunity. Yeah, Felician beat the Eagles 81-68 on January 9th at Felician. 2 minutes played here in this third quarter. White swings it. Pagan has it. Tries the J. Left it short. Vidal the board and throws it ahead. Ritchie got fouled by Stevenson as she was trying to make her move to the basket. That's Stevenson's second personal foul, so presumably she'll check out here. And Turner will be in her spot. Perez, Vidal, baseline drive, deflected by Bravo. They get on the floor. Bravo has it and forces the turnover. Now Simmons pushes, no numbers here for the Eagles. The trailer is Turner. Simmons. As we get the whistle blown here, Vidal a little shaken up on the other end. So Bravo will trigger here on the near side. Turner, the bounce. White, the drive, and she gets fouled on the move. So Klein will sub in here, leading the Eagles in points here today with 14. She's made 4 threes as she subs out Simmons, a shooter for a shooter. Turner to trigger under the basket. Gets it into number 24. Get a kick ball on Val. 7:25 to play here in the third. Eagles clinging to a 1-point lead. Only shooting 31% from the floor. As a team on the year, they shoot it at a 40% clip. 39.8 to be exact. White has it in the mid-range, moving to her left, gets to the right nail, and sticks the jump shot. Naj White has been doing it all off the bench here for Courtney Burns here today. She's got 8 points and 5 rebounds. Ritchie tries to carve inside. Back to Val. Her right nail jump shot is too strong, and Bravo with the rebound and the push. Numbers here for the Eagles. Feed inside to Pagan. Finds the hands of Turner, and it rolls off the iron. Rebounded by Traore, who is second in the conference in rebounds per game at 11.3. Traore's got 7 rebounds today. Misses the layup inside. Tapped around by Jackson. And Traore fighting for the rebound. She gets fouled coming down on the floor with 6:39 to play here in the third quarter. Uchidino will check in for Felician. Kaupte will check in for Post. Pagan out on the Eagles side. Jackson out on the Golden Falcon side. Felician started the game 6 for 10 from the floor. And since then, they've only made 9 field goals. Pass deflected by White. She has been everywhere on the hardwood here today. 8 on the shot clock. Perez, the kick. Ritchie, the jump shot. And the weak side rebound by Kaupte. Throws it out to White, who brings it across the timeline, trying to make everyone miss, and she draws the blocking foul right there. They get it on Perez, I believe. Yep, Perez the culprit. Under the basket, out of bounds here. Bravo will trigger. Turner, back to Trinity. No hesitation. And left the jump shot long. Uchidino the rebound, and here comes Felician on the other end. 4 minutes played here in the second half. Eagles with a 3-point lead. Perez tries to go back door. Tries to scoot inside. 1-2 gets hung up there by Klein. A jump ball. Possession Eagles. excellent active hands there by Maya Klein, forcing the turnover. As Vidal checks in for Perez on the Felician side. Traore, Vidal, Richie, Val, and Uchidino, the 5 on the floor here for the away team. For the home team, it is Turner, Bravo, Kaupte, White, and Klein. White has it on the right side of the perimeter, drives it on that baseline, kicks it out to Kaupte. Turner now tries to go backdoor. White in some trouble, needs a friend. Someone's got to come to it. Goes backdoor to Turner. It finds her way to her. Shovels it to Kaupte. She fires for 3, in and out with 2 on the shot clock. Bravo, the interception. As they get the foul on Vidal. Try the tripping there. As Bravo will check out, Washington will check in. So Kaupte and Washington on the floor here together. And for the first time, we will see Macy Covello check in. The freshman, 5'9", from Kearney, New Jersey, subs out Traore. Covello only plays 10.9 minutes per game. Subs in here for the first time with 5:13 to play in the third quarter. Not a lot of scoring here in this third quarter. It's post 4, Felician 3 in the third. Backdoor, White, tasty dish, set up by Klein. And White has 8 now, and the Eagles with a 5-point lead, their largest of the game. Vidal spins off of Klein. Uchidino gets it right back, sees a crowd, goes right at Washington, offensive foul. That was blatant. The official was right there to call the whistle. And Stephen Fagan wants to talk things over. Eagles by 5 with 4:39 to play here in the third. Don't go anywhere. You are watching Division II women's basketball, and it is on the CACC network. Out of the Felician timeout, Eagles with their largest lead of the game. Klein and White, both Eagles in double figures here. The only 2 Eagles in double figures, I should say. They are both on the floor. Klein with 14, White with 10. It is Turner, White, Washington, Kaupte, and Klein, the 5 on the floor here for your Eagles. Trying to pick up their 11th win in conference. White, too strong on the J. Val, the push, goes right into the thicket of the defense, can't finish. And Kaupte the board. Turner the other way. Klein stumbles, and it's stolen away by Richie. Coming the other way, goes right at Washington. Nice verticality there by Raquel Washington. Forcing the miss, Felician gets it back. Richie takes it on that baseline, hard drive, easy finish, yes, and the foul. A 3-point play opportunity for Katie Ritchie. And she's got 4 points now. She hasn't been much of a factor here for Felician. She is second on the team in points per game at 11 on the year. Knocks down the free throw to complete the 3-point play. And Felician within 2. 3:50 to play here in this third quarter. Simmons and Bravo heading to the score table to check back in here for the Eagles. Turner, the bounce. Washington swings it. White drives, sees the crowd, and a jump ball. Possession arrow, Felician. And Stevenson, Bravo, and Simmons will check in here on the Eagle side. Turner, Klein, and Washington sub out. And if you're just tuning in, this is the 44th all-time matchup between the Eagles and the Golden Falcons. Eagles 20-23 all-time. Second matchup of the year. Felician won on January 9th at home, 81-68. Eagles looking for some revenge here at home as they get the foul on White. And Felician in the bonus here will be free throws for Val. And coming up next is the men's, a huge game. Both the Golden Falcons and the Eagles have 8 wins in conference. As Val knocks down the first of 2. She's got 15 now. And that eclipses her season average at 14.9. Make it 16 as she bears both. Val now 4 for 5 from the line, and we're tied up at 42. A mini 5-0 run here for the Golden Falcons brings it back to a tie game. Stevenson backdoor. Brings it back out to the perimeter. Simmons has it. Guarded by Vidal. 7 on the shot clock. White. Bravo. Needs a friend. 2 on the clock. Hoists. And that will be a 30-second shot clock violation on the Eagles. Felician forces the turnover. That is the 15th turnover for the Eagles to Felician's 14. Vidal into the front court. Uchidino. Back to Vidal. Spins off of Stevenson. Gets inside. Travel. 15th turnover for Felician. Klein and Pagan will sub back in. White and Kaupte will sub out. Felician shows a full court press. The Eagles have led for 39% of the game. Felician has led for 56% of the game. Last lead for Felician was when it was 30-29 in the first half. Bravo takes it strong with authority inside and draws a foul. Felician outscoring posts here in the third quarter, 8-6. And both teams are in the bonus for the remainder of this third quarter, so it'll be free throws for Bravo. Her first free throws of the game. She is 41 for 59 from the line on the year. Knocks down the first of 2 to give the Eagles the lead again. Bravo has struggled from the floor, 1 for 10, but if she's not scoring, you know that she's going to make her presence felt elsewhere. She knocks down both free throws. She got 4 steals here in this one. Bravo is one of those players that she's a glue type player, right? She holds your team together. Again, even if she's not scoring, only 1 for 10 from the floor, she's going to come up with 4 steals, 3 assists, 6 rebounds. She just does it all on the floor. A very gritty type player. Covello gets her first bucket of the game on her first shot. And it's back to a tie game coming up on 2 minutes to play here in the third. Bravo leans in, kicks. Stevenson with the post entry feed to Pagan. Gets it back. Nice give and go there by Pagan and Stevenson. And Stevenson floats it home. Gets her first field goal of the game right there. She's now 1 for 5 with 2 points. Uchidino takes it right at Bravo. And they get Bravo for the foul. That will be her first personal foul. Free throws here for Uchidino. Her first free throws of the game. She's 26 for 36 from the line on the year. Uchidino is a 5'11" senior from Toronto. string music on the back end of 2. Goes 1 for 2 and that trip to the line. The Eagles cushioning a 1-point lead with under 2 to play here in the 3rd. Stevenson picked up by Perez. Simmons is looking for Klein. Back up top, Bravo. No hesitation. She has just not been able to find her jump shot here today. Now 1 for 11 from the floor. Perez feeds it inside. Uchidino is heading back to the line where she was just 1 for 2. Uchidino averages 5.7 points per game, 5.7 rebounds per game for the Golden Falcons. One for 2 in her previous trip just a moment ago. Rattles home the first of 2 and ties it up at 46. One for 2 again. 80 seconds remaining here in the 3rd. Eagles take it the other way. Stevenson across. Back out Simmons. Bravo. Crosses. Stevenson drives and is fouled on the jump shot. So it'll be free throws here for D.D. Stevenson, the 5'2" graduate student from Hartford, Connecticut. As Jackson checks in for Perez on the Felician side. Stevenson's first free throws of the game. She is 71 for 89 on the year. Gives the Eagles the lead again with the first of 2. And if you're just tuning in, what's at stake is the number 1 versus number 2 seed here in the North Division. Post the number 1 seed at 10-3 in conference. Felician, the number 2 seed at 10-4 in CACC play. Stevenson 1 for 2, and that trip to the line. A minute to play here in the 3rd. Uchidino, anticipation there by Bravo, but she couldn't get the steal. Be a side out for the Golden Falcons on the far side. Val, cross, kick, Vidal, triple, back iron, fight for the rebound. Jackson has it and is swallowed up by Pagan. She consumed that shot, engulfed it. Pagan with a big block. Her first block of the game, and we get a foul on the floor against Felician. And it'll be Simmons, the sharpshooter, to shoot 2 at the line. She's 4 for 6 from the charity stripe here in this one. Simmons, a graduate student from Houston, Texas. And 5th in the CACC in three-point percentage at 39%. And she gives the Eagles a 3-point lead. And she's now 6 for 8 from the charity stripe. Covello back in, Uchidino out on the Felician side. 40.2 remaining here in the 3rd. Eagles with a 3-point lead. Vidal threads the needle. Traore, baby hook, no. Pagan tips it out to Klein. And the Eagles get it across the timeline, and in the past 2 quarters, they were able to take the final shot of the quarter, and it looks like they're going to be able to do the same here with the shot clock off. Game clock at 10. 7. Bravo tries to thread the needle. Traore saves it in play. Covello picks it up. And Felicia will knock it off a shot. That will do it for the 3rd quarter, and we head to the 4th with the Eagles up by 3. 49-46, you are watching Division II women's basketball on the CACC Network. 4th quarter of action coming up next. Here we go. We welcome you back to the Drumner Center on the campus at Post University in Waterbury, Connecticut for the start of the fourth and final quarter. It is Simmons, Pagan, Klein, Stevenson, and Bravo, the 5 on the floor here for the Eagles. Ritchie, Val, Traore, Jackson, and Vidal, 5 on the floor here for Felician. Eagles will start with it to begin this fourth quarter, and away we go. Val leading the way for the Golden Falcons with 16. Bravo, fadeaway jumper. Just has not been able to find her jump shot here today. Now 1 for 12 from the floor, but again, like I said in that third quarter, she doesn't need to score to be able to affect the game. She's got 7 rebounds, 5 of those defensive, 3 assists, and 4 steals to go along with 5 points. Trinity Bravo just does everything for you. Again, doesn't need to score to be able to impact the game. As we get a foul called on Klein on the floor. Again, just repeating what's at stake here. 1 versus 2 matchup here in the North Division in the CACC. Eagles with 10 wins, 3 losses in conference. Felician with 10 wins and 4 losses in conference. 5 teams in the CACC in women's basketball with double-digit wins as Pagan swats that and has her second block of the game. Looking in the South Division, it's Holy Family and Chestnut Hill with 10 wins. Jefferson with 13 wins as they are 13-0, and then the Eagles and the Golden Falcons in the North Division leading the way, each with 10 wins in conference. Simmons uses the Pagan screen, threads the needle. Stevenson, 5 on the shot clock, throws it inside to Pagan, scoops it, scores it, and the foul. Count it for Taina Pagan. She's got a 3-point play. Just got her first bucket of the game. So 1 free throw here for Pagan with 9:01 to play here in the fourth. Again, the men's coming up next. Tip-off is scheduled for 3 o'clock. Pagan 41 for 56 from the line on the year. Can't complete the 3-point play. Felician, they were running into each other on the rebound. They secure it with Vidal coming the other way. 5-point game. Eagles have equaled their largest lead of the game. Up top to Ritchie. Puts it on the deck, sprays it out Jackson, and she shuffled her feet. A traveling violation called on Devaney Jackson. That's the 16th turnover for Felician. Post has 16 as well. Post averages 16.8 turnovers per game on the year. Felician, they average 23.2 turnovers per game. As we get a foul on the floor called against the Golden Falcons with 8:35 to play here in regulation. And Griffin Castle on hand, so glad you could be with us here on the CACC network on this edition of CACC women's basketball. The men's coming up next here at 3 o'clock. That will be a crucial game. Biggest game of the season for both the Golden Falcons and the Eagles. Talking about the men's. As Bravo takes it inside, fades, can't connect. It goes to Ritchie on the defensive rebound and outlets for Vidal. She throws the lob pass inside. Val catches and kisses it home off the window. And Val, who leads the team in points per game, she's got 18, leading the way for the Falcons. She's 7 for 14 from the floor. Pagan drives it on that baseline and stepped out of bounds. Turnover there from the Eagles, their 17th of the game, and now they have eclipsed their turnover per game average at 16.8. Perez back in. 5 on the floor here for the Golden Falcons. Ritchie, Vidal, Val, Traore, and Perez. A little over 2 minutes gone in this fourth and final quarter. Eagles with a 3-point lead. It's into Traore, shoots over Pagan, and Bravo snatches the rebound. That's Bravo's 8th rebound of the game. It's worked over to Trinity on the right wing, back up top to Pagan. Puts it on the deck, backdoor, Stevenson against the trees, brings it back out to the perimeter. Bravo, Pagan, foul line jumper, string music. Pagan now 2 for 3 from the floor, give her 4. Ritchie takes it inside, Pagan has her 3rd block of the game. Stevenson, Simmons is the trailer. 3 ball is off left. Pagan has the offensive rebound. Back out Simmons, swings it over to Stevenson, drives it on that baseline and floats it up and in. Eagles with their largest lead of the game, it's at 7. And Stephen Fagan wants to call for a time. 6:57 to play here in the fourth. Eagles 55, Golden Falcons 48. You are watching Division II women's basketball on the CACC network. Eagles with their largest lead of the game with 6:57 to play here in the fourth. They lead 55-48. Ucidino, Vidal, Val, Covello, and Ritchie, the 5 on the floor here for the Golden Falcons. It is Klein, Stevenson, Bravo, White, and Kaupte, the 5 on the floor here for the Eagles. Ritchie across the lane, couldn't lay it in, and Kaupte secures the rebound. Stevenson, Klein, Bravo. White thought about the J, now takes it inside and can't connect. Rebound, fought for, taken by Kaupte, and we'll get a jump ball. Possession arrow goes to Felician. Nice hustle there by Kaupte. Vidal gets a screen, spins, scoops, scores. Pretty move. Mar Vidal taking out her do-it-yourself kit on the deuce. Back to a 5-point game with a little under 6 minutes to play here in regulation. Kaupte goes to the baby hook and connects. Eagles back up by 7. Eugenino, midi. And Felician answers right back. Back and forth as we go here in the fourth, approaching the midway point. 5-point Eagles lead. Bravo lofts it inside. Kaupte catches, doubled, jump ball. They stay with the Eagles. Washington and Simmons check in here for post. Jackson checks in for Felician. Stevenson to trigger under the basket. Throws it into Washington, who hands it right back off to Dede, and she is fouled by Jackson. Klein. Thought three. Fires the mid-range. It's shorts. Kaupte right there for the offensive rebound. And she gets fouled by Vidal with 5:17 to play here in the fourth. So the team fouls accumulating here for Felician in this fourth quarter. Stevenson under the basket. Throws it into Kaupte, who hands it right back off to number 0 in white. It's up top to Klein. Tries to thread the needle. Kickball violation on Vidal with 5:11 to play here in the fourth. Side out for the Eagles. Both teams have made 20 field goals. Eagles 35% from the floor. Golden Falcons 39%. Klein turns it over to the theft by Vidal, and here is Felician running with a 5-on-4. Uchidino. Under 5 to play, a 5-point lead here for the Eagles. Foul, backdoor, Ritchie. Nice cut there by Katie Ritchie, and she makes it a one-possession game. Stevenson the swing pass. Simmons, thought three, drives it across that lane, bounces it for Kaupte. She's doubled, sprays it out. Stevenson, triple. Off the mark, and Val with the board. Throws it ahead to Vidal. Vidal slows it down, back out Ritchie. Coughs it up, gets on the floor, back out. And Val is fouled there by Stevenson with 4:15 remaining in regulation. White and Turner back in. Klein and Stevenson out. Side out here for the Golden Falcons. Golden Falcons started 2 for 5 from downtown. Since then, they are 0 for 5 from three-point range. Eagles haven't shot the three ball well either, 6 for 24. Vidal, scoop shot is good. Took it all the way to the cup, and it's a 1-point game. Up top to White. Washington the feed inside. Kaupte had it knocked out of bounds by Ritchie. Pagan and Bravo back in with 3:39 to play in the fourth. The Eagles will trigger it under the basket. Again, the men's game is coming up next. Tip-off is scheduled for 3 p.m. Turner gets it, swings it. Simmons, triple. Off right. Rebound, fought for, goes out of bounds. Last touch by Jackson. And it'll stay here with the Eagles with 3.5 to play in regulation. It's thrown into Pagan. Has Uchidino on her. Foul on the floor, called against number 10 in black. The Eagles are in the bonus, so it'll be Pagan at the line to shoot 2. Pagan, 2 huge free throws. And Perez subs in for Jackson. Ritchie, Vidal, Perez, Uchidino, and Val. 5 on the floor here for Felician. Traore has 3 personal fouls, so she's been on the sidelines here. Uchidino in her spot. Perez catch, shoot, triple, short, rebound, Uchidino back up and in. Back to a 1-point game. 3 minutes to play here in the fourth. The two best teams here in the North Division in the CACC coming down to the wire here on this Saturday afternoon at the Drumner Center. White is doubled. White and Courtney Burns gets the timeout call with 2:49 to play here in the fourth. We'll be back here on the CACC Network. Eagles clinging to a 1-point lead. Back out of the quick Courtney Burns timeout. Eagles will take it under the basket with 13 on the shot clock, 2:49 on the game clock here in the fourth quarter. Clinging to a 1-point lead. It's into Stevenson along with Pagan, Simmons, White, and Bravo. Shot clock at 7. Pagan at the nail. Hands it off Bravo. Back out Simmons. Trigger on the 3. It's blocked by Val. Rebounded by Simmons. 30-second shot clock violation. You wonder if Simmons should have just went with that pump fake there, one dribble and shoot. You knew Val was going up with it, but the shot clock was dwindling down, so a tough decision to make there in the heat of the moment. 2.5 to play here in regulation. Felician with a bucket here can take the lead back. Val across the lane, back outs. And we get an offensive foul. It'll go against Val. Naj White setting her feet and drawing the charge. Naj White has been doing it all for the Eagles here today. Off of the bench in 23 minutes. She's 5 for 10 from the floor, 10 points, 5 rebounds. And she's been a pest on defense. Coming up on 2 minutes to play here in the fourth and final quarter. It's up top to Simmons. Feeds it to Stevenson. Bravo. Tried to go backdoor, and that ball is kicked out of bounds with a lot of velocity. Almost took someone's head off in the stands there, and the Eagles will take it under the basket with 2:05 remaining here in the fourth. Flying back in. Simmons will sub out. And Felician started the game off with a 13-3 lead. And the Eagles have done a great job settling into this one. Stevenson gets it in. 2 minutes to play here in the fourth. Pagan needs a friend. She has Klein. Bravo now. Stevenson. 10 on the shot clock. Stevenson uses the Pagan screen. Sprays it out. Pass deflected out of bounds there by Val with 6 on the shot clock. Line to trigger on the side out. Bounces it to Stevenson. Throws it inside. Pagan is fouled by Uchidino. And Uchidino cannot believe the call. And Uchidino just fouled out with 5 personal fouls back in his Traore. And it'll be Pagan at the line to shoot 2. She's 2 for 3 from the foul line. Connects on the first of 2. Simmons getting set to check back in here for the Eagles. Pagan clutch from the line. Eagles with a 3-point lead. 1:48 remaining in regulation. Foul on the drive, blocked. Simmons has it, and now White has it. Eagles push it. A minute and a half to play in regulation. Stevenson near the timeline, stationary ball handling. No need to rush if you are the Eagles. They set the cross screens. White comes to get it and is fouled by Vidal. And that's Vidal's 5th personal foul. She is out. Jackson will check in. Felician is dropping like flies here due to foul trouble. And White will shoot 2 at the line. Her first free throws of the game. Makes it a 2-possession game. Back iron, Ritchie the board. Here comes Felician. Still time left. Throws it ahead. Not on the same page there with Traore. Pagan the interception. And if the Eagles can just take care of the ball and hit their free throws, they don't take care of it right there. And they say last touch Felician. White will trigger with under a minute to play here in regulation. Throws it into Stevenson, walking that tightrope, and a backcourt violation. Felician wants to call for time. 55.6 remaining here in regulation. We'll be back here on the CACC network with the Eagles hanging on to a 4-point lead. Back out of the timeout, White, Stevenson, Bravo, Pagan, Simmons. 5 on the floor here for the Eagles. Jackson, Ritchie, Traore, Perez, and Val. The 5 on the floor here for the Golden Falcons. Ritchie gets it in, and we get a foul on the floor going against the Eagles. Felician not in the bonus yet, so they'll redo on the side out. And another foul called. Ritchie to trigger once more. Gets it into Traore. Right back to Val. 50 seconds remaining in regulation. Val on the wing. Throws it inside. Ritchie goes right into the chest of Bravo. And they get Ritchie for the offensive foul. Bravo took the hit. And the Eagles will take over with 44.9 remaining in regulation. Again, if they can just take care of the ball, not turn it over, and hit their free throws, they're going to come out here with a huge statement win against a formidable opponent in the North Division. The 2 best teams here in the North Division all year long. The only teams in the North with double-digit wins. Bravo's fouled. She'll head to the free throw line. 2 for 2 from the line is Trinity Bravo. This next one make it a 6-point game. Timeout, Felician. Bravo knocks down both, and we'll be back here on the CACC network. back out on the floor here. 37.9 seconds remaining out of the Felician timeout. Still some time left, but they need a quick score and possibly a triple here to make it a one-possession game. Richie to trigger. Throws it into Traore, gets it right back. Bravo intercepted it. She did not get it right back. Trinity Bravo, who only made one field goal here today, impacting the game on the other end of the floor. Eagles passing it around. Bravo is fouled. And Perez is shaken up for Felician. We'll step aside here on the CACC network. So Adriana Perez not able to put any weight on that right ankle. And if you were a Golden Falcon fan, you were just holding your breath right now, getting ready for the playoffs. That would be a big loss for them. And she averages 23.6 minutes per game, 5.1 points per game as we are coming out of the injury timeout here with 21.6 remaining in regulation. Eagles with a 6-point lead, 64-58. And Bravo at the line to shoot. Bravo 4 for 4 from the foul line here tonight. Or today, I should say. It's the afternoon, not the evening. String music on the first of two. The Eagles will guard the hoop here as they clear out of the blocks. Bravo freeze frames both free throws. 6 for 6 now from the line for Trinity Bravo. Eagles with an 8-point lead. It's into Egan, into the place of Perez. Richie, 3, short. Rebound goes out of play. Last touch, they say, by the Eagles with 12 seconds remaining. Eagles are going to get revenge against the Golden Falcons, avenging that loss on January 9th. They improved to 11-3 in conference. And if things work out, they are going to hold on to that number 1 seed in the North Division as they improve to 16-8 on the year. Felician, they fall to 10-14 overall, 10-5 in conference. We'll have the post-game interview coming up next. Stay tuned for the men's game, tipping off in just a few moments. All right, Griffin Cass alongside a player of the game for Post University women's basketball. They defeat Felician 66-58. I'm Griffin Cass alongside Naj White. So, Naj, you guys were down 13-3 to start the game. Just what allowed you guys to be able to settle into this one and eventually pull out the victory?
Just communicating with each other, telling each other, we got this, sticking together, just believing in our game plan, just execution, really.
So you guys had 18 offensive rebounds. You had 5 of those, I believe, if my memory serves me correct. Just how were you guys able to crash the offensive glass?
Same thing, player motivation. If I don't get it, my teammate's going to get it. And if we both miss, we slap each other high five and say, hey, we got to get the next one.
So there was a lot at stake in this win. You guys are the number 1 seed in the North Division. Felician right behind you guys at number 2. They beat you guys on January 9th on their home court, 81-68. Is there a little bit sense of revenge after getting this win?
Yeah, definitely revenge. Definitely part of one of our goals. That was a game that we as a team felt like we shouldn't have lost. We came out very sluggish. And, today was just all about proving everybody else like, we're the top dogs on the side.
Absolutely. Naz, thank you so much for taking this time after the game. Go enjoy the win with your teammates.
Thank you.
Thank you. Absolutely. Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you as well.